Hi and welcome to Chris Ryan Golf. You join me out on the short game area here at the Belfry, and in this video we are going to give you 3 key things that you can focus on to improve your short chip shots. So for me, a chip shot is a shot which is played from relatively close to the green. So you can see the situation I've got here. I've probably only got 3 paces of this rough before I get to the green, and then I've probably got about 5 yards into that flag. So I've probably got about 7 or 8 yards shot in total. So anything further than this, if we have to carry the ball a little bit further through the air, I'd class that as a slightly different shot. So for me, chip shots are shots really close to the green, played over a short distance. There are quite a few things I see golfers do wrong, and in this video I say we're going to cover the 3 things I think you should focus on, which is going to help you certainly get up and down more often, but maybe even hold the odd chip shot as well. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is elevate the handle. What do I mean by that? Well, if I was playing a full shot with this golf club, I'd set up here. What we're going to do for this chip shot is we're going to raise the handle up a little bit more. What that probably means is that you're going to have to stand considerably closer to that golf ball to get yourself comfortable. The reason we want to raise the handle is because what that effectively does is it steepens the sort of plane of our golf swing, and that makes controlling the distance a little bit easier, but it also helps us with our angle of attack. The further we stand away from the golf ball, we tend to find we're a little bit shallower and we run the risk of catching the ground a little bit early, maybe a little bit thin, and those are the ones that are going to end up too far away from the hole. So point number 1 is to raise the handle higher and stand a little bit closer, okay? You will feel from there that naturally that golf club wants to work a little bit straighter back, a little bit straighter through. It won't be straight back, but that might be the feeling that you have. It will still be working on an arc, in to in, but the feeling might be it's a little straighter back. It's easier to control the face angle, and as I say, it's easier to get the strike if the angle of attack is a little bit steeper. Point number 2 is all about the setup. I want you to ensure that at setup, you've got the buttons on your shirt or the zip or your sternum slightly target side of that golf ball. Okay, so you can see that there, that's slightly target side. And I've also got the grip slightly target side. So the grip is under my sternum. Both of those are target side of the golf ball. Again, this is going to help us with the slightly descending blow. I do not want you to get too extreme in this position. If we get too extreme, we're going to find our attack angle is too steep. If we get the attack angle too steep, we very often dig the club into the ground, and you might find that you're hitting a couple of these. Okay, very, very common. If we get that ball too far back, we get the hands too far forward and the sternum too far forward, the attack angle gets too steep, and we hit that shot quite often. If we make contact with the ground, bearing in mind in this shot we do want to do that, the golf club should continue on its path. If when we hit the ground the golf club stops, that means you're too steep. There's a very good chance you've got the hands too far forward, or you've got the ball too far back, or you may have both. So the point number 2 is to make sure that the grip and the sternum are slightly target side of the ball, but only just. That's going to help us get that nice, slightly descending blow, but it's going to mean we're not too steep into the back of that golf ball. Point number 3 is all about what we actually do in the stroke. I want you to feel that the hands and the wrists are quite passive, the grip pressure is quite light, but we feel that we're controlling this with the upper body. The shoulders and the torso is what's causing that golf club to move. We do not want any independent hand action. We do not want any independent arm action this way. We want the feeling that the golf club is being moved by the torso and the shoulders. Grip pressure is quite light. If the grip pressure is quite light, we may well get a little bit of movement in the wrist as we change direction. That's absolutely fine. What we do not want is the wrist to set too early or the arms to move independently of the body. So point number 3 is to use the bigger muscles in the shoulders and the torso to control that shot. If the body's moving, you will probably notice that the legs are also moving. They're reacting to my upper body. They're not initiating the move, they're reacting to the upper body. Okay, if you remember those 3 points, 2 of them set up, 1 of them an actual technical thing, you might find, as I say, that you can get a little bit more, you can get that ball a little bit closer. You may find that you can even hold a couple of these shots. The last thing to bear in mind is I want you to treat this like a putt. Read the green, okay? Over this type of distance, we should be thinking about holding this. We're not going to hold many. Statistics will tell us we're not going to, but if we can try and hold a few, start to read the green, start to think about how the ball's going to react, what it might do when it hits the green, we might find that we get a little bit closer. Okay, so let me have a go. I'm going to put those 3 things in. I reckon I only need to land this ball just on the green. I reckon it's going to be relatively quick down that down that hill. So I'm going to stand the shaft up, stand a little bit closer, get my sternum slightly target side, and feel it's my shoulders that are moving rather than my wrists and my arms. Okay, and hopefully we can pop it onto the green and get that ball relatively close. Okay, well, I'm definitely not going to hit another one now. I was going to hit another one, but I'm not going to. So definitely, obviously, I'll be happy with that. But that can definitely happen if you go through those processes, okay? If you start to make sure the setup's correct, if you start to get those things implemented into your routine, you can definitely hold some shots like that. And if you don't hold it, as I say, you'll hopefully be close enough that you can tap in, might make you save your par or even get up and down for a bogey and limit the damage. Okay, so 3 points. If you can remember those 3 points, you will get up and down more often. That will lower the scores, and you'll hopefully get your handicap down if you can do that. Thanks for watching the video. If you've got any comments, post them in the boxes down below. There's a like button down there, so please click that if you like the video. And please subscribe if you haven't done already. That just means that you'll get an update, a notification every time I upload a video, and it means you won't miss any of the content. Okay, so thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again next time.